This is the friend group iceburg. This is an iceberg video about all of the stuff in our friend group. We're gonna start it off in the Riven tier with Devin Paulino Davis.
For the following points on the friend group iceberg, I will be talking about a certain figure known as Riven. I would not wish, and I bet that this person would not wish for me to leak their personal information, so I will continue to call them by Riven. For those who don't know what Tamagotchi Life is, it is a social simulation game series where players manage an island where the residents are me characters. They can be used to assimilate real people, original characters, or celebrities. Only Riven used this power for evil. As you see in the game, you are able to make characters do anything or be anything. To their very fiber, they are customizable, from physical to mental. They are able to even have certain quirks. But the worst part is that you can make characters have romantic relationships. That's right. And what Riven did was he used this game to make virtual models of people from the school that our friend group goes to and make them go into romantic relationships together. And one time during class, we were talking about a supercomputer, and he exclaimed to the entire class,
I bet that this could run Tamagotchi way better than my own computer.
To this very day, it is still believed that Riven uses Tamagotchi Life for the very same purpose. To this very day, it is still believed that Riven uses Tamagotchi Life for the very same purpose. So basically, one day during an average literacy class, Riven walked in with a mysterious bag. Inside the bag contained a strange liquid that was white. Many people were disturbed by it because Riven was messing with it, fidgeting, and even at one point drinking the liquid from the bag. Later, students would claim that it was called the ginger nut juice. It was later revealed by Riven himself that it was actually just clay water.
Hello guys, I'm Damin and I'm gonna narrate the first section of the iceberg of the friend group. First entry is Incredible G, and Noah's gonna cameo that one, so I'll see you after that.
Incredible G.
Okay guys.
Incredible G, also known as Incredible Gassy, is a very, very bad thing. And it was made by this dude named Bobo Comics. Don't search it up. Anyway, Incredible G has become synonymous with the friend group because it's just something to joke about. And Incredible G is pretty cool. He's not related to Johnny G at all, but they do have an account called Incredible GX Mr. Gassy on Instagram, as you see right there. Incredible G is basically just Incredible Gassy, but he's green. Cut that. Incredible G is basically just Mr. Incredible, but he's green and he's gassy. And yeah, so Incredible G is something funny.
Okay guys, we're back, and the next entry is Gart and Damin. This refers to the fact that Grady and Damien are referred to as Gart and Damin instead of their actual names. This is pretty mainstream, and that's why it's high up. Minecraft but big but small. Basically, Caleb was playing Minecraft and he was trying to make it big, but it got small. But it was still big but small. So Minecraft but big but small. The avenue references the huge storm drain that the friend group hangs out with often. It's named after a secret little person. It's a big story, but it's called the Avenue. Sledding trip. This refers to the sledding trip that the friend group went on. It was a very fun sledding trip. And a fun fact, I almost froze my fingers off at that trip because I was wearing cheap like cloth gloves, and I took the gloves off and my fingers were like shriveled and purple, and it was scary. Goofy Goober Club. This is a huge one. The Goofy Goober Club is the server that all of the friend group uses to communicate. We're always in voice chats in the Goofy Goober Club, so it's always super fun. We're locked. Yeah. The LARP list refers to the list that we made about our friend group, and it judges people on how much they LARP or not. It's big, lots of LARP in the friend group, but I got the honest here, which I'm happy with. Quentin Tarantino Film Festival. Alright, this is a pretty fun one. Our friend Devin organized a Quentin Tarantino Film Festival, which had the friend group like make a whole bunch of films, and at a hangout we'd project them or put them on a TV. We'd put them on the TV. The TV. Yeah, we'd put all the films on there, and the first one turned out pretty good. Well, it was alright. A lot of people didn't pay attention, but it's okay. We still ended up doing the film festival, and I won the best movie, and I'm locked in for that. Performative skating refers to the fact that there's a lot of skaters in our friend group, but it's performative. Almost all the people in our friend group that skate are skating performatively. They're performative males, and they don't read feminine literature, and that's why they're on the LARP list. Thank you for listening to my part of the tier list. On to Gart's part. I'll make some cameos later.
Okay, here we go. Okay, here we go. Number 1, Maternal Challenge. Maternal Challenge was a challenge on the internet where people would dress up as babies and the viewers would try not to feel like a mother. Number 2.
Try not to get maternal challenge.
Zayden Mustard Eye. This was at the cafeteria when Zayden decided to put mustard in his eye in exchange for very finite amounts of Robux. Number 3, David Dungeons. David Dungeons was a video game where our protagonist named David would go around killing monsters in a dungeon. Number 4, Al Capone. Al Capone was a book that we read in our 7th grade language arts class. In this book, Al Capone did my mother. Number 5, Minecraft realm. This was a Minecraft realm that Kane owned, and in that realm, we made Scamerine's house a tall dirt tower. Number 6, Bronson Melatonin OD. One time, Bronson was really sleepy, and so what he did was he got a bunch of melatonin and he ate it. And this made him really freaky and gassy, and so he farted all over the place. Like the gassy boy he is. Number 6, friend group merge. Before the friend group merge, everything was sad. We had no friends. It was 2 separate friend groups. But then, because a few of the friends of one group was a few of the friends with the other, they connected and they got really happy. And now we got one big friend group. One big happy belly. Number 8, Bronson cat pose. This was a pose that Bronson did, and he was a little kitty, and he started meowing. Number 7, Asher. Asher is Zayden's brother.
Why is Zayden walking like that? This dude's tweaking. He's tweaking.
Number 10, Gart Reels. This is one moment when that Gart guy was a little chud.
Whoa. Is this Demon G?
I am limestone. I am made of
You're not limestone? Oh, yeah. What? What the heck are you? Oh, it broke up. Okay. Wait, what the heck? What was it? This one's not breaking. What was that? Oh no.
Number 10, Scamarine. Scamarine is a girl that scams everybody. Number 13, David's succession line. You know, in presidency, when the president dies, the next person to take over is the vice president. It's like this, but it's like 1,000 different Davids, and the next person to die, that's the next David. There you go. That is the friend group. That is the Hutch tier of the friend group succession list.
Ela desce, ela sobe, no baile é pressão. Mina linda, perigosa, rouba.
Number 1, when mom brings home the sludge. When mom brings home the sludge is a picture of the internet with a dog, and the caption being, when mom brings home the sludge. This was originally started by a 4chan post by user DiddyBlood38. He said that his mom had brought home a bucket of sludge and forced him to eat it, and inside of his stomach he could feel something moving around. Police reports later said that something had crawled out of his stomach, and it looked like the dog. We do not know if this is real, but other people have reported hearing strange noises from his house. Number Number 2, Zach Channel. Zach Channel is an internet YouTuber who YouTube content creator Beans1337 had beef with. This person used to be an evil guy and was harassing his sister and using AI for apology videos. But then they became friends after he made up for his wrongdoings. Eventually, Zach Channel's account got banned from YouTube, but he still lives on YouTube through his mother's account. Last day before grounded is when Noah in the friend group was one day before being grounded because he didn't do the dishes. After this day, he was grounded for about a month. Noah Cold video is a video where content creator Noah for the channel Beans1337 decided to take his shirt off and pour water on himself and make a weird face and say that he was cold. This picture has been used in the thumbnails for a good chunk of the Beans1337 videos. Jammerine/David Hotel was a hotel that Caleb and Damien and Noah made in Bloxburg. This hotel was designed to not be a place where residents could stay, but a spy camp where cameras were put in the bathrooms. Cameras and secret entrances were put in the bathrooms. The hotel didn't get much attraction and didn't earn enough money to stay afloat. They eventually had to close, and the owners of the hotel have not been found since. Forsaken is a Roblox video game, and it's kind of bad. This game had enthralled some people in the friend group, such as Noah, Damien, and Zayden. This game is an ASIM horror game made by a child predator, and you should not play it under all costs. Big H is a teacher at the school that Noah Holman and the rest of the people that work on Beans1337 went to. Miss H is an evil teacher, and she gave someone an ISD for drinking water. Big K is another teacher at the school where the Beans1337 cast goes to. He is just kind of a bum in general and decided to separate our tables for making a big mess. Noah making out with Einstein is a video where the content creator Beans1337 decided to make out with a poster of Einstein on his wall. While many believe that this is Einstein, this is actually a picture of the Pope. Not the new one, the old one. Voicemail album is an album that Grady from the Beans1337 content house decided to make. It's an album that you're supposed to have as your voicemail and is remixing popular songs. Rowley Gearhart, better known as brother of Lysander
Tyler
Gearhart.
Ninga Blue.
Lysander
Tyler
Gearhart's brother.
Ninga Blue.
He's away in college learning rocket science. and he's a good student. Unfortunately, Lysander Geek
Tyler
is jealous
Ninga
of his
Blue.
success and is constantly trying to set him up for failure. Other people don't like him either because they're jealous of his skills and say that he's a fake person. The Don't Vape video is a video published to the Beans1337 YouTube channel. This video includes a highly edited video of two kids, Damien and Noah, talking about why it's bad to vape. But halfway through the video, you can see a monster trying to break through the screen, and then it goes back to normal. Near the end of the video, you can see the monster finding a hiding space. This is assumed to be the recording from Damien's phone, where he eventually got caught by this monster. This is further supported by the fact that Damien has not been seen since the uploading of this video. We do not know what happened to Noah. Sword Brawl is a Roblox game that Noah tried to make. He thought that it was a good idea, but eventually he stopped developing it because he didn't feel like it. This is kind of a bum move on his part, especially because he got other people to work on the game. The game is still up on Roblox, halfway finished, and it hasn't been touched since 2024. '78 was the year before now, 2079. 2078 has had a lot of famous things happening in it, such as the best meme of 2078 being 14-ish minutes long. And this is the year where the Beans1337 Zach channel beef stopped. We don't really know the rest of the year.
Uncle Scat. Uncle Scat is an alter ego for someone who has to stay mysterious in order for Uncle Scat to live. But Uncle Scat is an alter ego of someone, and he does things like scat storms, and it storms like and shit. Yeah, with poop. And he has a nephew called Nephew Scat, and when you put on his scat goggles, you gain all the scat powers. And Uncle Scat is depicted in a flannel jacket and glasses and a black shirt. And Uncle Scat is kind of famous. So, yeah.
Okay, we are now officially at level 4 of the friend group Iceberg. This section will begin to get into even more niche and horrifying moments the friend group has had. So, let's get into it. Grebe channel. The Grebe channel was an age-gated channel which was accidentally kind of created because the person who made it spelled green wrong. From then on, the only thing that could be said in there was Grebe. Scat. Scat is the term for poop, diarrhea, and other things around those lines. This has become a huge meme on the internet, and especially within the friend group, with such offspring as Uncle Scat and other colorful characters based around the aforementioned term. Scat Alien Banana. This was a banana served at school lunch that obviously had some weird scat parasite from outer space infecting it. It was really disgusting, and our good friend Devin decided that he was going to eat it. And things ended up about as well as you can assume. Baby Kata. This is a now nearly ancient video that has been going around since elementary school. It's a poorly and oddly terrifyingly animated baby talking about poop and pee. And this has stuck around within the friend group and friend groups around us for a while. I'd be surprised if you haven't seen this little guy. David. David is one of the many characters our friend group has created, and is the star of 2 games that we attempted to make. One being David Dungeons, 3 actually, David Hotel, and David Adventures. He's a bald guy, and his evil brother Dave is, well, evil, and often attempts to ruin his life. Faculty Riz. Faculty Riz was a Minecraft mod pack made by Damin and Caleb, and they made a factory that made drugs. Casa Bonita. Now, this does not refer to the chain restaurant, but actually one of the best sleepovers that the friend group ever had. There were near 11 people sleeping over at Damin's house, and there was a pop-up which many of us slept in, and Damin's mom made casserole and cookies. It was a great time, and one of our friends even got an STD, that being hands, foot, and mouth disease. Johnny G. Johnny G was a minorly terrifying character, commonly used in the Blue Whale Challenge. It's an image of a man in a mouse fursuit kind of thing, and it's pretty terrifying. But it became huge within the friend group, and is still used today. Milk Tray. This isn't even particularly one incident, but has happened multiple times in which the school tray has been doused in milk or chocolate milk, though I believe this part of the iceberg is referring to this one video. Undertale in Minecraft. Undertale in Minecraft was a project mainly executed by Caleb and Noah. They spent, I think, like 2 years or so working on a Minecraft mod pack based on Undertale, and it was completed, but nobody played it after it was done, so it kind of flopped. Chocolate Peas Cafe. Chocolate Peas Cafe was a Brookhaven cafe set up by Caleb and Damien, in which there was just a cafe for a while, until a user named Chocolate Peas walked in. They loved him so much that they renamed the cafe after him and gave him exclusive items. I wasn't in frame. I wasn't in frame is a quote from Noah after he started doing Diddy stuff in what he thought was off camera. And we watched him do it for probably a minute straight until he comes back, and we said that we saw the whole thing. He proceeds to say, "I wasn't in frame! I wasn't in frame!"
I did it out of frame.
You were in frame, Noah.
I wasn't in frame!
Yes, you were. Yes, you were.
Creepypasta tier list. This was a tier list video uploaded to this channel where me and Noah talked about some creepypastas, and I mean, yeah, if you want to know more about it, just watch it. It was really beautiful. Condiment declaration. This was a set of papers given out to one of the pre-merged friend groups because there were many problems with sauces being thrown at people, even going to the point of an entire mayonnaise packet being emptied out on one hoodie because there was a misfire. Pre-merged food fights. Now, in the pre-merged friend groups, there was also occasionally food fights. mainly being randomly started by someone throwing a grape or something over to the other table. This usually ended up with someone throwing an entire chicken sandwich, sauces and all, at the other side, which usually ended it. Somehow, we were never caught for these actions. This concludes this part of the tier list, and we will now be going to the very bottom, voiced by Caleb. Also, quick credits to Bear for the music.
Hello, it's me, Kate, and I am going to be doing the last section of the friend group iceberg. This section is the most secret and niche of all of the sections, and it has very important events. The first event we will be talking about is Spanky Telephone Mode. Spanky Telephone Mode. I went on to Noah's account and uploaded a video where I played Spunky and Credbox games and looked for pregnant Spunky mods. And we also watched in Spunky Telephone. Next up, we have the Great Separation. The Great Separation was when we made a very large mess at a lunch table. And the friend group was split up and everybody had to go to a different table because of the big K who destroyed our group. Next, we have the pre-merge. Pre-merge was before the friend group merged, and there was two tables, and we would often get into food fights during lunch. Next up, we have Noah Trains. This is whenever Noah put on a headband and stuffed his shirt and recorded a video. After this, we have Gart Liberty Spikes. This event was whenever Gart came to the Ice Sanders house and we gave him Liberty Spikes after trying to get him 6'7" fluffy hair. Next one we have is about Asa and Jacob, who were from the early stages of the Goofy Goofy Club. There was Asa, who was very homophobic and also very weird. And Jacob, who was just very annoying and sang a lot of YouTube shorts and spammed the Discord with them. Next we have Gassy RP. Gassy RP is a Roblox game that we found and we played and RP'd like we were in a school that was overrun by the character Incredible Gassy. Next, we have a cameo from Damin that will explain about Jeremy and Pam.
The story of Jeremy and Pammy is insane. So basically, there are these two girls named Jeremy and Pammy. Jeremy accidentally dropped her iPhone 15 Pro Max, so she got caught by her mom because she dropped it and broke it. So she went home, but Evil Kitty was there and not her mom. And it was crazy. And she called Pammy and she was like, Pammy, Evil Kitty's here, help me. So Pammy came and she was like, Evil Kitty, get out of here. And then David the 12th came and it was like, David the 12th said, sorry, I let my cat out, so I'll put him in the cage. Yeah, I'll put him back in the cage, my bad. And they were like, oh, David 12th is so dreamy. And then they went outside and there was a stand selling iPhone 15 Pro Maxes. And the person running it was Scammerine. And Jammarine bought 2 iPhone 15 Pro Maxes from Scammerine. And then when they left, Scammerine went to the gambling center and gambled the money that Jamarine gave her and won big time. And Jamarine, like, she went up to Jamarine and was like, Jamarine, you gave me money and I got to won big time. So you're my best friend now. But Jamarine said, no, Pamarine is my best friend. Scamarine screamed so loud that Evil Kitty's cage melted from the scream. And Scamarine and it made Jamarine drop her phone, and she realized that it like broke open, and she saw that it was a scam iPhone 15 Pro Max. So she screamed so loud that Super Friendly Cat came down from the heavens and then beat up Evil Kitty, and they put Evil Kitty into a scream-proof titanium cage, and it was crazy. And then the next day, Jamarine woke up to a text that said, Pamarine is dead! Dennis Kaidinian told Jamarine that Pamarine was dead. And she was like, no! And then Pamarine was like, hey Jamarine. And Jamarine was like, I thought you were dead. And Pamarine said, oh, sorry Jamarine. I had to prove to Dennis Kaidinian that I wasn't fireproof, because if he knew that I was, then I would if he knew that I was fireproof, then they would know I have secret powers and I'm a superhero. But they can't know that, so I faked my death. And Jeremy's like, alright, let's go to Mr. Make People Forget That You Faked Your Death. So they went to Mr. Make People Forget That You Faked Your Death, and they made people forget that they faked Pamarine's death. But they forgot that David the 12th asked them to go to the skate park, so they rushed over there. And David the 12th was there, and Dennis Kaidinian also showed up. And they were like, Dennis, what do you want? And then Dennis was like, haha, you thought you got rid of me. And he took off his disguise, and it was actually Scamarine in disguise. But Scamarine punched Jamarine, or Pamarine, I think. And David the 12th was like, nah. So he punched Scamarine like twice. Then Scamarine punched him, and he fell to the ground and he couldn't move. And Jamarine and Pamarine got so angry that they floated into the air and punched Scamarine into the air, and Scamarine hit an airplane and the airplane crashed. But then they hit Scamarine so hard that she flew into the atmosphere and burned. It was crazy. And then after that, Jamarine called Pamarine and was like, you want to climb Mount Everest with me? And Pamarine was like, sorry, I have the bubonic plague. And Jamarine said, okay. So she was going up Mount Everest, and Evil Kitty was like, yo, it's me, Evil Kitty, but he was in the cage on Mount Everest, and she was like, what are you doing here, Evil Kitty? And Evil Kitty said, oh, I was trying to scream out of the cage, but I didn't know it was scream-proof, so I just screamed all the evil out of me. And then Dennis Kaidinian was like, you want to go to the skate park? And I said, no, I want to go to Mount Everest. So he let me go, but he never came back for me. And Jeremy's like, oh yeah, he's paralyzed, but he's fine now, I'll take you. So he's now normal Kitty, and Jeremy's like, okay. So they go back down Mount Everest, but Evil Kitty's like, I have a confession, Jamarine. When you punched Scamarine through the atmosphere, she was like, I have a hammer plan. And she dropped the hammer, and the hammer grew legs and walked away. And Jamarine was like, oh shoot, that's scary. And then a group of hammers ran in front of them. Jamarine was like, whoa. And then Evil Kitty broke out of his cage and sat on the hammer's shoulder. And he was like, ha ha ha, I'm actually still Evil Kitty. You got tricked by me. And Jamarine was like, ah! And Evil Kitty Hammerine was like, hello Jamarine, I'm Hammerine, because she was made of hammers. So she ran away and went to David the 12th and whatever Pameline's house went to, because they were hanging out, and they were like, what happened? Jeremy's like, oh, it's hammering outside, and it was like flipping. Yeah, and they were like, oh, run, 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 because hammering could destroy the world, and Evil Kitty was like, the only power that could defeat hammering is the power of mist to make people forget that you faked your death. So they went to him and they stole his orb, and then they were running through the library because they didn't know what to do with the orb, and they picked up a book that said only someone with pure nonchalantness can harness the power of the orb, but they're gonna die after they use it. And David the 12th was like, I know what I gotta do. And they were like, no, there has to be another way. But it was too late, and David the 12th used the power and destroyed hammering, and then he died. And it was really sad. And after they went to the funeral, and David the 12th was like dead, and Pamela and Jeremy and Pamela were like, oh, I'm sad, but it's okay because they still had each other, and they felt closure because it was like David the 12th was still with them. All right, back to Caleb.
Okay, I'm back, and I'm gonna talk about NHD and NHD retaliation. NHD stands for National History Day, and we had to do it in our 7th grade history class. And it was it sucked. Everybody hated it. But then somebody made a server in Discord called NHD Retaliation. This is where we came to hate on NHD. And many things were made here, like Spinky Telephone Code, and many other things. And next up, we have Chicken Eater Club, the Chicken Eater Club. The Chicken Eater Club was something that me and Noah made very early on, before the friend group was merged. And the Chicken Eater Club was just a happy club where people who like to eat chicken came together. And for the last section on this iceberg, we're gonna go to a cameo with Lysy about the rise and fall of Monster Musume.
The rise and fall of Monster Musume. Monster Musume was a book found at a free library. It was a Disney Club book, and it had many inappropriate scenes in it. This book was passed around the friend group for many, many weeks, until one day, when a certain person came back from Japan, we got our hands on it and decided to burn it in front of my house. It was very smoky, and we then doused it in water to stop it from catching back on fire. It was really scary, and was so cool.
This is the end of the friend group iceberg. If you liked the video, please be sure to do so. And be sure to like and subscribe. And hit the bell and turn on all notifications. And be sure to comment in the video if you can like the video and subscribe with your earlobe.